Japan.
Let's talk about this shit. If you haven't seen Game of Thrones yet, come back when you have. And if you have seen it, let's jump on into Game of Thrones, The Last of the Starks, which I think is the title, but I don't know because they never say anything, and it's a lot. This episode came out a little later than usual because I wanted to think about what I was going to say and what I was going to joke about and all of that. So, yeah, let's go into this. This is going to be a little out of touch because everything I thought about I literally wrote on my phone. But let's talk about how, first of all, Daenerys is pissed. And, well, let's start out with the funeral pyre. Let's start out with the funerals for all the people we lost. R.I.P. Jorah, R.I.P. Little Bear, R.I.P. Theon, the Dothraki, the Unsullied, and just a lot of other people that we lost. And Jon makes the big speech, and, you know, all their people, they burn all their people, they respect their people, and they do all that. Then we go into the celebration of things, where it's like everybody loves Jon, and Dany's like, ugh. Like, Jon is in Westeros what Daenerys was in Essos. Like, she unified people. She brought a lot of things out. She stopped slavery. She did a lot of good things in Essos. But now coming to Westeros, and this is what I feel like an overall complaint or an overall thing I'm gonna have is the rushed writing. And yeah, we only have 6 episodes, and I get that we're not going to cover everything that we wanted, but I feel like the rushed intentions of this final season are what's killing it. And like that, let's just put that out there into the world. So I don't think I'll have to repeat it, but I think I'll just saying it. Like Daenerys is mad as fuck, not only because Jon's a true heir, and she didn't want people to know, and she just wants to she wants to get rid of Cersei like everybody else does. So they have their big council meeting about what forces they have left. They talk about how there's a new prince in Dorne that supports you, and Yara took back the Iron Islands, and she's the queen of the Iron Islands. So I hope that Dorne should help, and they should come back. But the problem I had with this episode, also aside from the rushed writing and everything, but that's for like the whole season. But the whole rushed thing is like, there was no time jump. There should have been a time jump. And a time jump of at least 6 months. I would have said a year, but a 6-month time jump would have been, hey, we've planned things out. And you kind of feel like that the character, like Daenerys, has really done a 360 in some aspects of her character. And I don't know why. But Daenerys like, no, we have to get Cersei now, and Sansa's providing a logical argument. Sansa's like, you should let our troops and yours rest, because they literally faced and fought the fucking apocalypse, so maybe give your boys some time to rest up. And she's like, we have to get Cersei now, and I'm like, Daenerys is usually not that they put her people first, you know, and I feel like the kind of, when Varys told Tyrion you need to find a way to make her listen, I think one of the best ways to make her listen is a compromise. Like, hey, don't do this, but instead do this, you know? Like, instead of it being, you know, whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a stupid plan anyway. It's just as fucking stupid as putting the Dothraki in the front. And their Iraqs didn't even have dragon glass anyway. So they were just planning to get rid of them from the start, I feel like. So I feel like they should have been like, Daenerys, maybe we should let them rest, and while they're resting, we talk to Dorne, we talk to the Iron Islands, and we get our forces ready. And we have, you know, we learn what they've been doing in King's Landing up until this point. But instead, Daenerys is rushing things because that's how the show is. So that's just the thing. Jon didn't even pet Ghost. No good boy, best boy lost his ear in the fight. Not even a goodbye pet. And when Jon called Rhaegal by name, I was so hurt because of what happens to him next. Because Jon was like, oh, Rhaegal needs to rest. And I'm like, yeah, your dragon needs to rest. But it's a shame you don't have one anymore. And the part that I didn't like about that was that Euron didn't need cool points You know, Euron already destroyed Daenerys' fleet. He's with Cersei. He's the Armada. He's the Navy. Like, that's the thing. Aside from being like the quirky pirate, that's his thing. You didn't need to have it. First off, that kill was bullshit. Because how are you on two dragons in the sky? I feel like if the sea is here, like this is water. Imagine this is water. And this is the fucking sky, right? Daenerys was here. Like, are you telling me that a big rock was hiding Euron's fleet when you know Euron has a fleet, an intimidating fleet? So, Rygel got shot by some dead ass accuracy that I have never fucking seen in my life. Like, Euron turned on Soldier 76's ult from Overwatch, and he's like, I've got you in my sights. Auto aim. This motherfucker's shooting perfect shots like Torbjorn's turret. Shooting out shots like Deadshot. Like, Euron's new nickname is Bullseye. I think you guys get the point. But, if you want to... First of all, if you want to kill off Rygel, you should have done it last week. You should have done it last week when they were having the dragon fight in the sky. But also, again, rushed things. Makes no sense. Daenerys saw Rygel was struggling to fly. But again, rushing things is what's taking precedent over things like this. So, I just don't get it. Missandei was separated by boat, and that's how they captured her. Because Grey Worm was like, get on, I guess that's just whatever for boat. Get on the boat and sail to safety. Which makes no sense, because if your boats are being destroyed, then someone on Euron's fleet is going to be like, because they can't talk, because their tongues are cut out. But they're going to be like, and it's like, oh, that one. Yeah, let's get that one. And so Missandei gets captured, and Cersei's like, so much for the breaker of chains. And I'm like, oh, so we just gonna shit on stuff now, are we, Cersei? All right, whatever. So Varys' convenient betrayal also, it's not coming out of left field, but it's also like it doesn't. I know they were struggling to put the politics back into Game of Thrones for the final episodes, because that's why the Long Night was episode 3. That's why we stopped the Night King in one episode, because they wanted to end it on what made Game of Thrones Game of Thrones. The political drama, the stuff like that, the scheming and all of that. But how is it that this is the very thing that Daenerys was concerned about? She was like, oh, when you don't like one ruler, you conspire to make the next one. And you're like, Jon would be a better ruler. Which I don't... I'm kind of torn on that, because Jon is Mr. Truth. Jon is Mr. Truthful, always tell the truth, all that. So while he wouldn't be able to be manipulated by somebody like Varys or Tyrion or anybody else that would want to use him for stuff like that, it doesn't necessarily make him a good ruler. This means he can't be controlled. And while Daenerys does have her moments of insanity, the way they've been treating her, it kind of makes sense. Like, not only did she lose Viserion last season, and he came back as an undead dragon, she had to kill him again, but now she's lost most of her army, most of which she had to bust her ass and fight for, the Dothraki and the Unsullied. But now she's lost Rygel, another dragon of hers, and she's lost Missandei, which is like her right hand and like her best friend, and she lost Jorah last week. So it's like, I don't know if this is like take Daenerys' emotions through the blender episodes, but she's been losing a lot, and it's understandable why she's mad. I don't think she should go completely mad, but at the same time, their strategies, they make little to no, they make somewhat sense, but they don't. They're like, we can't have casualties, Daenerys. You can't go and do all these things with casualties. We can't have casualties. Every other war that's happened on this show has had civilian casualties. Stannis, Robb, Ramsay, Joffrey, everybody, all of them had casualties in their war. I get it, you want her to be different, but at the same time, the reason she's so pissed is because she keeps sitting on the sidelines. She wants to go back to when she was in the East and conquering cities and getting slave soldiers by, you know, being clever and outsmarting the masters and all that. Burning the masters, doing all this. So that's why she's like, just let me do what I can do. But they won't let her And it's like, okay, that's fine. All right. But, things, they just want to get this shit done with. I've said this before. I'm not sure if I said it in a video, but I'll say it again. I'll say it for the rest of the season's episodes. Dan and Dave are done with this shit. Dan and Dave are done with this series. They're done with this franchise. They're done with everything Game of Thrones. That's why this shit was rushed the way it was. And anybody else see that Starbucks cup? They can shit on YouTubers all they want. People in Hollywood shit on YouTubers all the time. They think that we're low creatures. They think that we're nothing. They think we have it easy because we do whatever. But I guarantee you, me and a lot of other YouTubers that edit their videos, I watch a video at least 5 times before I put it into the final thing. So the fact that no one in editing caught that cup is just like, wow, maybe you should bring a YouTuber on, because I would have been like, hey, why this cup here? Let's do some other shit. But Gendry got legitimized, which I was really happy about. He wanted to marry Arya and she refused because that's not who she is. And I totally get that. I feel bad because I do like them together. I do like, and Gendry's coming from a place of, like, you know, pure love. But he's like, he wants her to be the lady. Arya's not a lady and all of this. And I totally get why she turned him down, you know? And that's not who she is. That's not the kind of character Arya is. She's been going on this arc, and that's just, you know, what happened. Jon just gave away Ghost. Like, here you go, Pokemon transfer. Take my doggo. Take Good Boy. I'm not even going to pet him because whatever. But here we go. I think the show is obsessed with giving Cersei a fighting chance. And in which case, she really doesn't need one. They let Euron shoot down the other dragon for cool points or whatever, and gotta give, you know, Cersei a chance to fight Daenerys so she's got 2 dragons. But at the same time, it's like, bitch, you have wildfire everywhere. So, and don't tell me she doesn't have wildfire, because I know she has wildfire. I know she has the original wildfire that King Aerys Targaryen had when he was talking about burning them all. And I know that Qyburn probably made some more because he is OP smart. So, that is something. So, but, I think that, I don't think they needed to give Cersei this many chances to win. Because, like, I think, I mean, just imagine, you know, the dragons, like, setting fire to something, and then them getting engulfed by wildfire. I think that would have been a more shocking moment than just being taken out with a fucking machine gun, fucking dragon, anti-dragon gun that I can't think of the name for it now. But I just think that is lazy as fuck. You should have just killed him off last week. Should have made the dragon fight a little more brutal, and then then undead Viserion and him could have just killed each other. And, you know, that's fine. Jon just got this dragon and you already killed it. It's probably going to be a longer thing in the books. But I feel like, especially now with the time jump that I mentioned before, they could have just done covert tactics and sneaking in and conveying their surroundings and all of that stuff. They got Varys, you know, like, I don't think people understand what Arya is capable of, but I think it would have been good, too, for Arya to just go in there stealthily. She can steal faces and become different people. Why has no one done anything with that? She could have killed a random Lannister soldier, and she could have just taken his face and walked around and just been like, oh, shit, look at all this stuff. They got dragon shit here, 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 and here. Let me just put that away in my little notes and then just go. And go with that. But again, shit's gotta be rushed. I feel like that's the answer to people's problems. It's like, they trying to figure this shit out quick. They're trying to rush it. Trying to get to the finish line and get the fuck out. So, also, why can't Bran help? Bran has done next to jack shit. The first episode, he was, we don't have time for this. He has your dragon, they're coming, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's one thing. And he's just been creepily teleporting around, giving people really weird looks and really weird stares. And he was bait. They used him as bait last week. I was half expecting Chris Hansen to come out and be like, Night King, why don't you have a seat right there? And the Night King's like, I ain't say none of that. Did you not say you wanted to kill him because he was all knowledge? Can you imagine to catch a predator? That's wrong. So I know a lot of people are complaining about the teleportation stuff that they do on the show, but honestly, I don't think that shit I don't think that shit matters. People complained before because they were like, "Oh, the show is moving too slow because they're showing them traveling and everything." So they fixed it with them. Poof. Doesn't fucking matter. I feel like the teleportation stuff just doesn't hurt the show. People are like, "Oh, that's not realistic." Yeah, there's zombies and ice demons and an ice necromancer and dragons and leaf children and freaky crying blood tear trees. Fuck your realism that you want from a medieval fantasy show. Relax. You need to calm down. So, Jamie, poor Jamie Jamie knighted Brienne, and then he knighted Brienne, and then he left because he was like, I'm the same person I was, and blah blah blah, and I'm like, nah, that's not true. That just means he's on his way to go kill his sister. Like, Jamie's like, I am sick of this shit. I have to go kill Cersei right now. And that's why he gallops away, and I feel real bad for Brienne, I do. But I think he had to tell her that in such a way where that she wouldn't have followed him. I definitely believe Brienne would have followed him. So at least in this case, he left on like an asshole fuckboy note, but at least she'll stay put. It was so funny when Sansa was like, I want to be there for the execution of your sister. I'm like, yeah, if anybody deserves to watch Cersei die, it is definitely you. I feel like I don't know if Arya would ever come back to Winterfell, but I feel like she should bring Cersei's head to Winterfell. That's sick as fuck, but I don't care. Like, just bring Cersei's head to Winterfell, and just Sansa can look at it and smile and be like, mm-hmm, bitch. Just, just do whatever. But, they keep doing all this unnecessary shit to Daenerys for whatever reason, to pull the story forward, or whatever reason to just make her go mad queen. But it's like, I don't see the point in that. They're rushing things, I guess. But this is why she wants to conquer. This is why it would have been easier. First of all, I don't understand why she could have just destroyed Euron's fleet. So, but that's fine. She actually did the smart thing when she, after Rhaegal was killed, she tried to charge at Euron. He had the thing lined up, but she turned around instead. And that was, I liked that. Because I know Daenerys would have just fucking charged at him, but it's like, you charge at him, but you can't. So turn around. Good girl. Good job. I'm proud of your ass. But, Sansa being the new Littlefinger is really weird because Littlefinger was up front as fuck with his scheming, and he said it himself, don't trust me. And we know what happened when you trust him. And it was just so funny when they revealed who Jon was. Well, this isn't funny, this is fucking stupid. But Sansa and Arya's reactions happen off screen, which I think is a huge disrespect, because it's like, alright, it would have been nice to have seen them. I don't know if they didn't know how to write the scene, but all you had to do was include the words, you're still my brother, and they both hug him. Why am I not writing for TV shows, is my question. But maybe I should. Maybe I definitely should. But, it kind of ruined the pacing for that. Just, like, guys, my real name is Aegon Targaryen. I am your half-brother? Their dad was... Somebody comment down below what it is. But, all in all, I thought this episode was alright. I knew that it was going to be a prequel. I mean, I knew it was going to be a filler episode, because we knew episodes 1, 2, and 4 were going to be prequel episodes. We know that 3 and 5 are the battle episodes. So next week's going to be the fight, which I don't understand what's going to fucking happen. Like, you mentioned Dorne and the Iron Island, so I hope they come to fight. I hope that they come to show up and to fight and to help, because otherwise we're fucked. So, I hope that Clegane Bowl's next week. So that should be hype for that, unless they fucking make it 5 seconds. But I'm pretty sure that Clegane Bowl's next week. And I'm also pretty sure Cersei might die next week. But what are you thinking is going to happen next week, guys? Comment down below and let me know what you guys think about the episode. What are your problems with this season? Comment down below, let me know. Keep it civil. Do whatever. But don't forget, I stream games on Twitch. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube for weekly videos and comic book movie theories and all that stuff. Stay positive, stay on the grind. Everything happens for a reason, and I love and support you all the same way you love and support me. Don't forget to geek out and enjoy your lives always, and I'll catch you guys next time for another great video.